Can you guys hear Carter?
Yeah, I don't think you understand that Mike is streaming with a 2011 webcam and a fucking box. His laptop is on a box.
My streaming computer's broken.
Oh, well, the glass is broken. We don't know yet.
Okay, well, yeah, you're not gonna start it with glass flying everywhere.
Sounds like a fucking weak mind.
It sounds like a weak
I would
mind.
start it.
Yeah, okay, I would start. I know you would. I know you would. So anyway, chat, we have Carter.
I think the other person.
Carter joins me. What did I have here? Banker. I don't know when that was from. I think I was watching. Do you know? Okay, this is dog shit. Do you know Assassin's Creed Unity, Carter? Are you familiar with Assassin's Creed Unity?
You know what's crazy? One of the first games I ever had on Xbox. I did one ever.
Black Flag is quite good.
Oh, I know it. Black Flag I played at PAX.
Okay, Black Flag is quite good. You should play the whole thing. But Assassin's Creed Unity is set in the French Revolution.
Okay.
And there's a lot of guillotine.
Yes.
So it's my favorite one. That's why I have an emote for Assassin's Creed Unity. Do you see?
Yeah. That's
my favorite video game.
I knew that was a Assassin's Creed thing. I just didn't know which Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't just want to have a guillotine as my emote. You know, it's just themed. So you know which one.
It's a bagel slice.
Yeah, no, it's a guillotine from the video game Assassin's Creed Unity. Yeah, mine is. Yeah, mine is a guillotine.
Tell Mike to open up the gate more. I don't even think I think it's probably fine.
Oh wait, who says that?
Colin.
Can you talk?
I see it. It looks fine. Also, bro, people's learning how different people stream is so interesting.
What you need to understand is I don't care about the technical, but here's the thing. If someone wants to teach me and walk me through it, I will listen.
I think your setup works just fine. It's just so different than how I do it.
It's baby shit.
No, mine's the same.
Yours is different?
I just use a different program and that's it. That's the only thing. Okay. Actually, your setup is more complicated than mine.
Okay, that's bad.
No,
that's terrifying. No. That's horrifying. It should be simpler.
I have an alert box and some shit for chat to yell at me.
I mean, I have an alert box. It's in here. You know, it's currently hidden because we're doing this. But I have like terrible scenes. Here, you have to understand that when I started streaming, you want to understand this webcam was purchased for me by a viewer.
Yeah.
Because I was using my 2014, 15 era Alienware laptop.
Yeah. And the built-in
webcam. And I had a iPhone earbuds similar to this, honestly.
Yeah.
But it was wired. And that was my microphone.
I, for a long time, streamed at the Turtle Beaches.
I do Turtle Beaches.
When I first started streaming 12 years ago, I used a Turtle Beach.
Okay, you know what? We do probably need to adjust this gate maybe a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. Wait, does it not just click up right there? Add gain. Yeah, there you go.
Is that better? Is that too loud, chat? I saw you clip just a tiny bit. I saw you clip just a tiny project.
Oh wait, you made it louder. Oh, so now I'm gonna clip more. That's okay. Anyways, when I was a kid, I started streaming. I had Turtle Beach headphones, and I would use those. And the mic on those, surprisingly, for the year I graduated high school, like 2012, was really good. And I could never, ever find a headset mic that was anywhere near that, and I don't think they'll ever come close again. Ever. It was really good for a headset.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can't remember. Streamed on Blog TV old? Yeah, of course. All right, let me get a Central Committee. It's fine. Don't make me get my hearing aids. Oh, I just talk loud.
Yeah, I yell at my chat.
Yeah, I just talk loud.
The only reason I'm not talking loud, chat, is I woke up like 15 seconds ago. I made coffee and I came up here.
All right, we're gonna bring this as my new title.
Also, I kept telling chat I was going live. Chat, I'm live. Look, I didn't even have to.
Carter and Ravana? Is that
Yes.
how you spell it?
Yeah, that's right.
2 V's?
Ravana. Yeah.
Okay. What is her Twitch?
Ravana.
Is it like TTV?
No, it's just Ravana.
All right. That's what Carter said, chat. I believed him.
It's been a long time. I had Ravana on my stream.
You know, like...
Oh, her Twitter is Ravana, but her Twitch is just Ravana with 2 Y's. There you go. Look.
All right, hold on. Let me just position this incredibly scuffed shit.
It is 2 Y's, not 2 V's.
Oh, okay. Okay. See what you did?
It is actually all my fault.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you, Soon219. Thank you.
Didn't you have a guest host when you started? Oh, so you know Colin. Wait, Colin's a mod of yours too?
What, Colin was like my first Oiler.
Oh, yeah, Colin.
Did you know that? Well, he was like my first real Oiler. When I defeated who in a debate.
Have you met Colin in real life?
I stayed at his house.
Oh yeah, Colin's awesome. I love
Oh my
Colin.
God. And his streaming setup was incredibly scuffed. It was totally broken. He has all this expensive equipment. Nothing worked. It was all disconnecting. He had like a streaming computer and then his like
main
production computer. And it would be like you do the things on this and it would go to the side computer, which was just dedicated to streaming. And the interlinks were all fucked up. It was a shit show. It was garbage.
I thought about that for a long time, trying the dual PC, because I have a bunch of issues.
Okay, dude, you messed it up. All I did is do exactly, gesture for gesture, word for word, click for click, what I was instructed to do. It turned out that you had to like unplug it. Stuff needed to be like plugged back in and replugged in because it was all fucked. Which was never a suggestion that Colin made to troubleshoot. And then he tries to blame me that his stuff was broken.
When is the next speaker vote? Or today?
Honestly, I haven't been following it that close. All I know, I have, but the only thing I know is that they're failing. They don't have a leader. Like, I saw an article on one of these aggregators.
I thought it would just look worse. But it seems that the Republicans have made this seem like it's not that bad, like it's a necessity, which is surprising, considering it is not good.
Yeah. Basically, like, here's the issue, is that the Republican Party, as I was saying before you came in, the Republican Party has absolutely no purpose right now, other than, like, kind of dismantling more of the state, protecting their, like, biggest donors, maybe, giving graft to their friends and their allies, disrupting, institutions that are of the left. And being incompetent. It's like, the government can't do anything. Here, let me prove it. Vote for me. So, it makes perfect sense that they've become completely chaotic and incapable of doing anything.
Yeah, it feels like the Republicans this time, the last time was just like incompetence. And this time it's like they can't decide what to do because they have no clear goals because, surprisingly, weird to say this, but the Democrats have managed to not fuck it up more.
Well, I think that Hakeem Jeffries was right in just saying we're not going to vote for a Republican. Democrats aren't going to vote for a Republican speaker. And just kind of let them shut down but effectively, the reason why it's such a good move is because the rules of the House are that if you don't have a speaker, the only thing you could do is vote for speaker. Or adjourn. So that means they also can't do annoying shit like investigating Biden. And other committees and stuff. Everything is just shut down until they elect a speaker. The problem, of course, is that they put a short 45-day continuing resolution. That was one of McCarthy's last acts. Was he got that compromise with the Democrats, where like 90 or 100 Democrats voted for the budget, along with like the vast majority of Republicans, like 330 or something of both parties. And now that has a time limit. So every day we reach a point where, the federal government is going to shut down and fall apart. and add that on top of the political failure of the Republicans, and we are now in a totally defunct state. It's a failed state currently. We can't pass laws.
No, there's we're stuck until here's bro. How crazy would it be? They just there's got I know that I said this last time actually. The House Speaker vote came up when I talked about the last House Speaker vote. I said I guarantee that there's Republicans out there that are so never kevers, so anti anybody that they could put forward that they would go for a Democrat just to own the other.
No.
I
mean, the thing about the Democratic Party is it's the Washington Generals. You know, who leaves the Globetrotters to join the Generals? You know, it doesn't really happen that way. You know, you might go from the Generals to the Globetrotters if you got talent, but you're not going to go to the losers.
Yeah, but the reason I was saying it feels like that is only purely like how much they're so anti anyone that does not give them exactly what they want. That it feels like they would essentially do anything to own the other Republicans. I mean, fuck, Matt Gaetz made a concession with it.
What the fuck is happening?
They'd go with Kever in the first place and then was like, actually, you know what? You made sure the government didn't shut down later.
Well, the thing that's very interesting is, I said this before, if I were Hakeem Jeffries, I'd be going to every single vulnerable Republican and saying, if you switch to the Democratic Party and you promise to be pro-gay, pro-choice, these few things, like come up with a list of how their positions could change. Like the difference between a moderate Republican and a blue dog Dem is almost nothing. It's like bullshit wedge issues, right? Yeah. So just have them join the Democrats, say, I will endorse you, we will campaign for you, we won't let you get primaried.
Yeah.
Just switch to the Democratic Party, and we will do all that.
Dude, imagine Matt Gaetz.
Well, Matt Gaetz isn't going to be one of those people because he was trying to do a coup so that Jim Jordan would be the leader, and he would be the person who got Jim Jordan in.
Yeah.
That was the plan. The plan was, okay, Jim Jordan is one of the radical right-wingers who's in leadership.
Yep.
We'll do a coup against the mainstream Republican Party, offer Jim Jordan as our compromise, have him put into place, and then Jim Jordan will always know that it was those radical right-wingers that got him in, and he'll give them payback. But the thing that you need to understand about politics, chat, it's not what you've done, it's what you will do.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's always about promising what you will do.
It's always the future. Yep. As soon as you give someone something, that could be used as a signal of you giving them something in the future.
Yep.
But it's not gonna keep them loyal.
No.
If your capacity gets expended with whatever you give them, they're gonna, there's so many people that will just jettison you. So it has to be a continual engagement.
Yeah, this time around, different from the last speaker vote, is the last time around, it felt like the majority kind of knew, like they wanted Kevin McCarthy, they wanted to do this, but there was just those holdouts, right? And they were the ones keeping it to make a point. And now it legitimately feels like they don't know who the fuck they're going to put up because Kevers was probably the best option they had.
And look at this, Colin doing mod duties. That's
not real. He's lying.
Yeah, like
Someone's
look at
sitting
this.
at his computer.
What is this? This motherfucker has never done mod duties. I did it yesterday.
That's cap.
Okay, dude.
That's cap.
That's incredibly cap. I mean, it's funny because Colin has a video of when I played Warzone with him, and I carried his ass to back-to-back W's.
Carried the vegan?
I carried the vegan.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't weigh much because he doesn't eat meat.
Yeah, true. He doesn't.
But it was back-to-back dubs.
Joe Carter got the Chicago Cola Corporation. Yeah, that's Cola Corp. Fucking sick.
Oh shit, chat. You know what Bleen just picked up?
What?
2 Kirkland brand baseball caps in gray and black. He's gonna rock that back in the UK. He's got the Kirkland brands.
Dude, Kirkland vodka is actually good because I heard it's like
Kirkland's fine.
Yeah,
all their store brands are fine. They're good.
I just can't go to Costco because I get stuck forever. That fucking store.
You know, like the problem is you're like, okay, I'm getting 45 granola bars and it's $13.
Yeah.
And when you go to the grocery store, you get like 6 for like $4.
Yeah.
So you're like, I gotta get this. I gotta get the gigantic pack of granola bars. And then it's like, okay, I got that. That's $13. And you do that 50 more times, and now you have an $800 bill, and you're like, I never spend that much.
Yeah. True.
And it's like, fuck.
Yeah, Kirkland bottle vodka, just Grey Goose in a Kirkland bottle at a cheaper price. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
No, Costco shit is good, you know. Costco's cool. I am a Costco. I'm a middle-aged man.
I used to rock Kirkland sweaters. Like, oh, they were super nice.
Yeah. That's kind of like when you start to step up into the middle class from being poor.
Yeah.
You start picking up the Target and Kirkland gear.
Target. Oh my god, explain.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're like, I'm not on Walmart stuff and Goodwill anymore. I'm up in the Target and Kirkland gear.
So in Australia, Target's like the ghetto store, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's the ghetto store. But here in America, the non-American chatters, they don't know this, but it's the bougie Walmart.
It's okay. So like, there's a lot of different types of stores, chat, but basically, you know, Target is this large. It's like a Walmart clone, right?
Yeah.
You have like Walmarts, which are not really. They're not department stores.
Yeah.
They're more like, you know, they're Walmart clones.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be the more upscale Walmart clone. Yeah.
Another thing about the Republican Party, I remember when all this was going on, did you ever look into like who backs all these psychos, people? It's actually a libertarians.
Of course.
It's the Mises now, because it used to be the old one was. Like,
oh God, of course! Like the fascist, the libertarian to fascist pipeline is straight.
Oh yeah.
Because basically, like, this is something that I like to talk about. I don't know if you've talked about it, but have you seen like some of the more radical libertarian theory?
I have one on my.
Oh, let me show you this.
Democracy was gang rape.
Let me show you this one. Mises. Robust market for the sale of children.
Oh yeah. This is Rothbard.
Oh yeah.
I know, bro. I talked about
children and rights.
Yeah. Oh, you should be able to sell your
libertarian
children.
Logic about how. Hey, who owns your kid? You do. Which means
you could sell it.
You could sell. Okay, hold on. Market for children. All right. Here's what it goes. There it is.
Realize.
Yeah. If a parent may own his child within the framework of non-aggression and runaway freedom, then he may also transfer that ownership to someone else. He may give the child out for adoption, or he may sell the rights to the child in a voluntary contract. Hey, chat, what do you think he was selling, you think? Well, libertarians... What rights to your child for money? What are they going to do with your child, do you think?
The minds. They love the
This is libertarianism. Are you ready? In short, we must face the fact that the purely free society will have a flourishing free market in children. Every single person you know that's a libertarian read those words.
Corpa.
And we're like, yes. Everybody who you see that's a libertarian, self-described, wants to buy kids. What do they want to buy them for? I don't know. I'm not saying I don't know what they're trying to use. Libertarian shit, exactly. And not only that, superficially, this sounds monstrous and human.
The next line is so good, but... Trust us.
A closer thought revealed the superior humanism of such a market.
It's actually morally correct to sell your child. If you don't sell your child, you're a monster.
Yeah. Allowing a free market in children would eliminate this imbalance and would allow for allocation of babies and children away from parents who dislike or do not care for their children toward foster parents who deeply desire such. Oh, you don't say. You don't say.
It's like calling a slave master a fucking
yeah. You don't
parent.
say. You don't say. Deeply desire, huh?
The fucking mind.
Oh
boss.
no, libertarian. I mean, these are some of my go-tos for libertarian. Because whenever someone tells me they're libertarian, I'm like, do you think we should be able to buy and sell our kids, right?
Yeah, or monarchy.
But not only that. So so you could buy or sell children. That sounds pretty bad, right? You know, pedos going around buying kids. Hey, you dislike your child.
That's the
right?
most moral.
That's the most moral thing. But, chat, starve.
Oh no! What is this quote?
Okay, no. Okay, let die. It's like let die. Fuck, what is it? It's like there's a phrase in here. It's like neglect. It's like right food, something like that. Fuck, there's like
That one said you can't even seize child for child neglect.
Yeah.
Seizing parents.
Yeah.
Broad rubric. Wait, is this saying that kids can be also part of their own neglect?
It says 2 other grants for seizing children from their parents, both coming under the broad rubric of child neglect, clearly violate parental rights.
What is this?
Failure to provide children with quotes around it, food, shelter, medical care, education, and failure to provide children with a fit environment. It shall be clear that both categories, especially the latter, are vague enough to provide an excuse for the state to seize almost any children, since it's up to the state to determine what is proper and fit, which we determine by voting for people. So the majority of the polity determines what is reasonable and fit.
Yeah.
Not some random guy who wants to buy your child.
Which is actually what libertarians believe. They're a monarchist.
Yes. Okay, hold on. But he basically says that you have parental rights to starve your children to death. Hold on. I can't find it. Does anybody remember what this search?
The worst part about all this Mises Caucus shit is the guy was a loser. The guy this is all based on was laughed at until the 90s when the USSR collapsed. He kept saying it was coming any day. He was like a prophet, and it didn't come any day.
Yeah, I'm trying to find this because it's like incredibly important. He talks about like you have parental rights to let your children starve. Like you don't have to give them any food.
Another fun.
Okay, here it is. Applying our theory to parents and children. Applying libertarian theory, right, to parents and children. This means that a parent does not have the right to aggress against his child, but also that the parent should not have a legal obligation to feed, clothe, or educate his children, since such obligations would entail positive acts coerced upon the parent and depriving the parent of his rights. Notice he said his.
Wait, why does it say his?
Therefore, the parent may not murder or mutilate his child, and the law properly outlaws a parent from doing so. But the parent should have the legal right to not feed the child, i.e., to allow it to die.
What the
Libertarians!
What the fuck?
Libertarianism, folks!
Wait, but you're not murdering them. You're just starving them. Your 1-year-old got to learn to hunt, all right? Right? You gotta learn to fucking hunt.
The law, therefore, may not properly compel the parent to feed the child or keep it alive.
They're quite literally arguing for like if you're.
This rule allows us to say. Hold on 1 second. Let me just finish this, and then I'm gonna let you go. This rule allows us to solve such vexing questions as: should a parent have the right to allow a deformed baby to die by not feeding it? The answer is, of course, yes. Following a fortiori from the larger right to allow any baby, whether deformed or not, to die. Thus, as we shall see below, in a libertarian society, the existence of a free baby market will bring such a neglect down to a minimum. He thinks that if you allow people to sell children, that will reduce child abuse.
It'll just. Technically it will. You won't be able to report it. There will be zero child.
Well, he's legalizing child abuse and then saying no child abuse.
if you think about it, no one will report it because they already own it, right? Like, if you don't track it, there's no. It's like the COVID numbers. If you just stop tracking it, it goes to zero.
In a perfect libertarian society, the cops would drive around and they would see like a bunch of children starving in a house screaming for help, and they would go, "Parental rights respected."
Someone's gonna have like 30 kids and be like, that's their whole business. Their whole.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You will create a baby market, which means that like babies will have easy monetary value. So that also incentivizes just stealing someone's baby.
You're gonna go to Walmart and it's just gonna be.
Just steal someone's baby out of the cart, put it in your van, go to the free baby market. What, do we have title to baby? We gotta keep.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like regulations. That sounds like regulations. Oh, you want me to have a birth certificate? You want me to have title to my baby?
It's quite literally like sovereign citizen.
There will be, will there be, do you think in the perfect libertarian society there would be like the baby licensing market, but there'd be competing baby licenses, like my title to my baby from baby title company A versus baby title company B.
You have a higher class baby.
Yeah. Or you'd get
tier.
like, there'd be like rating agencies or the rating agencies. So you would be like, a baby title from baby title company A is rated double B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to like go when you go to like buy a baby. It's at
This is starting to sound like a lot of bureaucracy, maybe.
At Target, you have to go real regulation. They put it behind the glass, right? And you have to go and get the guy with a key to slide open the glass and get you a baby out.
Yeah. What would your baby? Okay, never mind. But anyway, if anyone ever tells you you're a libertarian, say, how come libertarians believe this? Why do you want to sell kids and let them starve to death? Instead of just, and by the way, what are we preventing?
What do you
like,
mean?
what do the libertarians think is so bad that we should let children starve?
Socialism. Yeah. Because anything that regulates society is abhorrent to them. Because the other half of this we must incur is Hoppe or whatever the other guy, who is like the whole foundation of like this Mises shit is monarchy, right? The idea that if you somehow go into ANCAP society and become the king, the ruler, you deserved it because it was your divine right. If you spawned on the water, God must have put you there so that you own it. But also no God, because we're libertarians and we're all atheists, like cringy atheists. I'm just a king, you know?
Well, God exists to justify what I have, but He doesn't have any rules for me to follow. You know what
exactly.
I mean?
No,
like,
God is zero regulations.
It's the libertarian God is more of like a demon.
Yeah.
Who's here to maximize suffering.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, He created humans just so they could be in pain.
The 10 Commandments would be regulation. You can't have that.
Yeah.
It's out of there. You gotta
baby vending machines. Bro. Baby mills. There would be baby mills, of course. I mean, like, if a baby is like, you know, think about the minimum caloric requirement you would need to get a baby. What would be the minimum baby size? If I can imagine Pete Buttigieg working at McKinsey and like going, minimum required calorie intake for a 5-ounce baby, which is, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you can easily see those spreadsheets popping out and they're being like, okay, what's the cheapest way we can get that caloric mix?
Yeah. So I talked to one of these guys. Do you remember Ben? He had all the big TikToks, right? Mm-hmm. Came on my stream once and tried to tell me that because they're Mises guy, the card-carrying Christo-fascist in fucking Austria, right? He was part of the party. He was their economic advisor, and he goes, he was forced to carry up card. I was like, bitch, he was the one making these shit up. He was the one like, oh, no, divine right. We got to do all this shit. And then he told me that.
Let me figure out, Ravana, like, listen, I love you, but.
Running a little late.
You're running a little late. I mean, you better get here. I don't stream that much more.
Boy. Mike, that's when my Mike gets this hurt. Okay.
Cheapest caloric intake for babies? Ask Israel. They probably know. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Hold up, if it passes, they'll stop the baby genocide in Gaza to import some babies to give it some thought.
Security Live, that's a 25. Well, think about that. Like, in libertarian society, basically Gazans would be selling their babies.
Oh, yeah.
and that would take babies out of the war zone, and it would bring resources into Gaza.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And that would basically help jumpstart their reconstruction.
I'm a libertarian now.
You're a libertarian. The logic is
You got me, I'm a libertarian.
Is undeniable. We've proven libertarianism.
It is. I'm all about fucking Arcadia. The fucking thing libertarians love referencing. The one ANCAP project that wasn't really an it was a commune, but they claim it's an ANCAP. Dude, libertarians love this shit. Chad, is it called Arcadia? Someone in chat will know what I'm talking about. Essentially, they went in and colonized land. They did set a settlement. I think it was in Africa. I don't remember. I think it's called like Arcadia or something, right? And it was like a ANCAP project, which just turned into, guess what? Communism. That's all it was. It was like an ANCAP idea that turned into a commune. Not realizing. And then the other one is we read the dumbest shit ever. It was a Pacific island.
Is it still around?
I don't remember. I just remember being told about it and we looked into it. The Mises people love fucking referencing it. There are multiple projects like this. No. It was one specific one that they reference a lot. These fucking weirdos.
Okay, hold on.
The
Okay.
Acadian. Yeah.
The Acadian.
Oh, wait, this is that guy that I talked to.
Benjamin Williams. Okay. While anarcho-capitalism is an ideology, there have been a handful of historical precedents that confirm it to be achievable in the real world. So, one of the most common are the Old West, which, by the way, chat,
It's so ANCAP.
you have to be absolutely mentally unaware of the world around you. The West in America had agricultural agents, they were federal marshals, there was the federal government, there was massive subsidies and government interventions.
You were given the land by the government.
Right,
Yeah.
and they displaced indigenous peoples with force to give it to you. There is no ANCAPistan anything, you fucking idiots.
Yeah, this is all regulation. The government just overregulated
this is the
them.
dumbest thing I've ever heard. What are you fucking talking about? You complete idiot. Settlers went out there without any agricultural training and died. So the federal government was like, okay, if we actually want people to be able to farm for themselves, we need to like give them seeds. They used to give seed for free.
Yep.
Which is one of the biggest expenses in a farm is the fucking seed.
Yeah.
It used to be free. They used to do they would do training. They would help you with equipment. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? All right, medieval Iceland. That's not capitalism. That's fucking feudalism.
No, that's ANCAP. That's anarcho-capitalist.
I know. Well, yeah, capitalism existed before capital, chat.
Yeah, the title of this doesn't lie.
And Casa Pia. I'm not familiar with this one.
Yeah, this is this the
Oh my god.
It's more feudalism.
It's feudalism. It was just a city-state.
Republic 1440 to 1826.
Yeah, it's just a city-state. It was the longest-lived, most modern, most capitalist, most Western anarchist society to ever exist. Oh, okay. How was it anarchist?
So anarchist?
What was the anarchist? The Council of Elders and Family Heads.
Oh, so you just had to be born into it.
So in other words, rich gangs? They were just the richest families, had big gangs?
Just get born into it.
That anarchist society is gangs. With rich patriarchs.
Yes, anarchist society is being...
Wow, that's some pretty good anarchy.
There were no taxes.
There were no taxes except for the disputed existence of a council membership fee.
Okay.
Because inclusion in the council was voluntary.
Okay, so how'd this place exist? How'd they defend? How'd they pay for their military? I don't believe that.
This is absolutely bullshit.
I think this is
absolutely bullshit.
This has to be a fanfic. Like there's
Thanks to the Pope's policy of excommunicate anyone found smoking and Italy's tobacco ban, Cassiopeia, which was not Italian, was the only place in Italy able to easily manufacture it. Their economy boomed. So it was basically a narco trafficking.
That's what they were doing. That's
a narco trafficking city-state is the anarcho-capitalist example in the Middle Ages of their shit working. Okay.
Cassiopeia lacked prisons, police, and competent robust self-defense. General attitude of non-aggression. People. Anarchist because no showers. True. This is interesting. I've never heard of this one. I feel like they just keep adding stuff to this.
Cassiopeia was so peaceful, small that the neighbors never bothered to invade or attack. That's your top example. Some like village between two warring states that didn't bother to send 20 guys over.
But how much do you even believe that?
What the I don't.
Yeah.
I'm going by his shit.
It was a vassal state.
Yeah, this was it?
Probably.
I mean, I'm sure it did.
It had to. It probably functioned like similar to like.
Yeah, I don't. He's a fucking moron. Jesus Christ. Okay, I don't know how we got onto the libertarian
because
rabbit
they
hole.
control a lot of the.
Oh yeah. Well, they're fascists. So okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Getting back to what I was saying. So basically, libertarians put private property rights over all other rights.
Yep.
So they very quickly figure out that if that's what you do, you would need to have a massive military force to prevent the dispossessed from redistributing things on their own. Let's just put it that way. When people, it's because that's the law of nature. We have the right to self-preservation.
Yeah.
Right. So if I'm starving and you have a huge pile of apples behind you and you don't want to share, eventually I either have to let myself die or I have to overcome your resistance, either through subterfuge, tricking you, stealing it, or by forcing you to let me have some. Maybe kill, but you get my point. And that is how nature works. Is that it's those kind of like conflicts constantly happening.
Yep.
It's the eagle stealing the catch from the hawk.
Yeah.
You know, it's wolves, you know, attacking a deer and a bear coming and stealing it to kill or whatever. That is it. And the only law of nature is may the strongest force or the most cunning force win.
Yeah.
You know? And we don't want to live in that as a society. Human beings, we developed as a communal cooperative species. We are not individualists. We're not out on our own. We live in these communal bands where we share resources with each other. So these libertarian freaks have to become fascist because that's the only system where you can keep these extreme hierarchies of power intact.
Yep.
So they go from, I don't believe in any government, no cops, man, to, we need to have cops. We need to have paratroopers. We need to have paramilitaries on the street to suppress the poor.
But we'll have one guy decide it because that's the most efficient way.
Yeah.
Too much government, bad.
Yeah.
Too much regulation.
That's where the NAP comes in. The NAP prevents you from stealing from me, but the NAP does not prevent me from stealing from you. Well, exactly. I mean, libertarianism is completely intellectually bankrupt and very stupid.
Yeah, because there's
nobody believes in it with any fucking intelligence, or they're doing it as like a ulterior motive for some more venal desire.
Yeah. I say this all the time. Usually, like for me, I believe in this thing called the radicalization type fall down.
Mm-hmm.
If I feel like anybody who's like a normal like American lib, right? They could be conservative, doesn't matter. They have liberal ideas, right? Everyone's a lib.
Yeah.
They fall if you do decide to like go somewhere, like become involved in politics, become extreme. You're gonna fall down this pipe one day. You're gonna like, oh, how do other countries afford this? Is it socialism? Is it communism? Is it JQ? Whatever. You're gonna fall down this pipe, and something's gonna make you decide, right? For me, it was like Bernie, right? I was like, oh shit, like the socialism shit works. And I'll fall to the left. But some people are going to fall to the right. And libertarianism usually just opens up. Because there's no conclusion, right? And none of it makes any sense. It is purely that point of, oh, something's fucked up. I like abortions. I like weed.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, you're a Republican, but you're too pussy to... Or you're so self-involved that you want to do drugs or whatever.
Yeah, and I feel like
Republicans who want to smoke weed without getting hassled.
Yeah, some of them. I also think it's like young people like coming out of high school that they're like kids who maybe have conservative families who are like starting to question like, look, abortions are sick, and then they might go the other way, right? Like me, like I fell. Well, I saw Bernie. I had a friend canvassing Bernie.
What's your take on libertarian socialism as opposed to an orthodox interpretation? Basically, it comes down to the idea of how do we get from here to there?
Yeah.
Right? it's sort of like, imagine Berlin was ruled by the Nazi party, and you want to have Berlin be a free place.
Yeah.
How do you get from A to B? A libertarian socialist is very shaky with the fighting thing, or having a kind of like military structure. And here's the thing about war. For the most part, you need to have hierarchies because people are gonna die.
Yep.
And you are going to be under attack of the most brutal counter-revolutionary resistance, which is going to be horrific violence.
Yeah.
That's what's always happened. Whenever somebody tries to do like, gentle democratic socialism transition through liberal democracy, they ended up with some sort of attempt on their life.
Yeah.
Be it from their military, assassins, violence. So you have to have the ability to defend what you've already won.
Yeah, I think
that's the crisis.
The thing is, the good ideas of libertarianism were already built into socialism or communism, right? The way that Marx even wanted it, or I guess, both of them together. Engels wrote a lot of bangers too. The whole idea was a mix between good anarchist ideas and the, abolition of like capitalist overlords, landlords, things like that, and libertarian ideas of you free yourself from these things to have the most liberty to like go and pursue arts and be free and achieve whatever you want and get your labor. We don't need to keep adding on like maybe age of consent or whatever the weird things are, that libertarian fucking commies weirdos want to keep adding. It's like, no, we already got the good parts. Trust me.
I just don't feel like libertarian adds anything good to social. You know what
I know. It doesn't need to. They
don't use that as your name. That just call yourself something else because libertarianism is very
we took all the good parts. It's built into it being a socialist.
Like, I think I understand why so many people are skeptical of, like, force in particular, because you see American police or you see the American military and it seems bad. But, like, the solution to defeating the American military is not just putting flowers into the barrels,
No,
it's about converting those guys who are carrying the guns, get them to stop pointing them at marginalized people, and realize what class they're in, what their interests are, and to point perhaps guns in a different direction, and then guns won't be necessary.
Exactly.
Like, that's the socialist project, is about creating a unified condition of humanity where we're all able to have all our material needs met, and we can pursue self-actualization, self-improvement. There still will be hierarchies. For example, like, you could be the best musician or the musician that the most people want to meet or admire or whatever. So you're still going to have like social status that may be greater than somebody else who's not as good a musician. Right? That still exists in communism. So there will still be some sort of hierarchies that naturally exist, social hierarchies, as we talked about. But that's different than economic hierarchy.
You limit the reach. Your power is no longer that of financial.
It's not materially based. It's not like I have leverage and coercion over you because I could deny you material.
I can't deny anything. I may get a benefit from it, but I cannot. I have no ability to deny someone their ability to. I'll be as as whatever good as I am or whatever. I can't gatekeep. Best Mario Kart player in the world here.
Do you have analysis of parties in the global south that claim socialism, communism, but are bigoted toward ethnicity or caste? That's what's known as a communalist party or a syncretic party. Getting into poli-sci, talking about electoral politics. The problem that you have is that when national identity and caste are dominant in a current political or social context, there's naturally going to be organization around that. Intersectionality, right? Like, if we're organizing for socialism and we don't acknowledge white supremacy, if we don't acknowledge the racial oppression that is happening to black people, and that's one of the most dominant forms of oppression they experience, they're going to feel like your movement is not relevant. So you have to have a movement that is relevant to the systems of oppression that are dominant in people's lived experience in order to exist. So, yes, I would say, as an internationalist, I don't like the idea of these, bigotries or communalist politics working, because I don't think identity should be the basis by which we determine who gets resources. Human beings have a right to material prosperity, right? We're not going to give like more to this caste or this religion or whatever.
Yeah.
Like we wouldn't say like, imagine if I invaded a part of Idaho, and I said that this is going to be the land of the Scientologists.
Yeah.
A Scientologist state.
Yeah.
And all Scientologists are full citizens and can move there, but nobody else.
You just made Scientology Israel.
Yeah, I made Scientology Israel. Yeah. That, fundamentally has to be overcome.
Yeah.
Is Ray here?
No.
What happened?
I do think
did she get lost? Hold on, chat. I'm figuring this out real quick. Oh, I only stream till like noon.
No,
usually.
Not to the stream. He's just gonna swing by and drop something off.
Oh, okay. I
think they check out and they want to hang out for a bit.
Yeah. I'm not trying to be a false advertiser here.
Yeah, Ray Vaughn is in dip. Some reports are beginning to appear, including documentation of killing Israelis by Palestinian fighters. There are a growing number of reports that indicate the IDF was also responsible for Israeli civilian military deaths on October 7th and days after. Yeah, but that was...
Of course.
Yeah, that was to be assumed when there was guards in the crowd.
It was crossfire.
Crossfire is what killed
them. There's two elements to civilian deaths, right? There's intentional civilian killings.
Yeah. Which
undoubtedly happened. Or there was reckless disregard for civilian casualties.
Which also definitely happened.
But... So, Hamas fighters definitely killed random Israelis who were not a threat.
100%.
But the Israeli military also came in with tanks.
Yeah.
Because you have to understand something, chat. The IDF was defeated, like, in many, many places. They were not expecting Hamas to be able to do something.
Yeah, that's how they got the tanks and shit that they stole.
And so, like, the Israeli force... So they were coming in scared.
Yeah.
And buttoned up, and they were in tanks, and they were in armored personnel carriers, and they just went off and just blew up houses.
Yeah.
With Israeli hostages and Hamas fighters in them. And they were just like, Hamas is in there? Boom. They didn't come in there and go, release the hostages.
Yeah.
They came in there like it was a military battlefield, and they didn't give a shit. Yeah. The only thing they cared about was eliminating the enemy. They didn't have any other considerations.
And anybody could be there. Like, I use this analogy to some fucking idiot. I'd use this analogy. Imagine you lived on, like, a suburb, and someone locked in your house and blacked out all the windows. And one day the door opens. And you know that they've been holding the door. They're saying they're going to kill you if you come out the door. You walked out and you killed the first person you saw going out that door to be free. Even if that person was innocent, they could be walking down the street. Right. You wouldn't know, right? You're going to do horrible things because you've been locked up, in a cage.
Well, I think that,
It's not a good thing, it's just reasoning.
I think that there is a certain level of uncertainty that happens in these kind of situations, which is why we don't like having wars.
Of course, yeah, because war is hell, right? That's the whole point.
This is what happens. And, the alternative, like, as I started my stream with discussing, Israel decided to empower Hamas for the purpose of denying Palestinians a state so that they could colonize more in the West Bank.
Yep.
So they could get more of the prime real estate in East Gaza so that they could create these demographic realities where they were the majority in these gerrymandered lines. And they could pull apart more of the territory and say, whether you like it or not, whether it's illegal to annex this or not, we're the majority here.
Yeah.
And that's that. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
So that's the strategy. The strategy has been to ethnically displace and ethnically cleanse Palestinians, keep them stateless, keep them in a position where they cannot assert their rights, and just openly and wantonly steal and destroy Palestinian property.
Yes.
That's it. I'd like to have ballistic information about the people who were shot at the music festival. Of course, they would say those people died as a result of the Hamas attack. I mean, you could say they died as the result of the Hamas attack, but each individual death has to be investigated to the maximum extent possible so that we know what happened.
Yeah.
You know, like obviously but that's going to take years, if ever.
Yeah.
Like, this is just not something that we can know.
It seems like this situation is an impossibility for anything to ever happen, and it's gonna be stuck. I mean, I think.
Do you think Israel is going to let the idea out that, let's say, for example, the majority of civilians killed in the Israeli Hamas attacks on Israel were because of Israeli friendly fire? Yeah. Yeah. Do you think they're going to come out and say that?
Of course not. And what, Gaza's going to fund a research into
like
it? No.
Exactly. Do you think they're going to go like, well, you know, our soldiers were scared and they just kind of blasted everyone?
Well, have you seen every day the number keeps increasing, right, of people killed? That, like, obviously it's war, right? But they never paint. You know what they say? Israelis killed. They never say soldiers. But when you see that they purposely are doing that, same with the October 7th thing. It turns out like out of the bunch of people that killed, more than half were IDF soldiers,
I mean,
like serving.
Well, not necessarily. I think they were also police. They were all IDF.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean.
Well, here's the other thing I talked about this before, which is the spontaneous. It's like it has a Latin name in international law, but basically, if you're a civilian in your country and a foreign army invades, you are allowed under international law to spontaneously bear arms and fight them and resist. Right? That you're not an illegal combatant. You're a legal combatant. So if you end up surrendering and becoming a prisoner of war, you have to be treated like a prisoner of war. As long as you don't like hide among civilians.
Yeah.
Right? As long as you identify yourself, openly bear arms as a, resistance fighter. That's legal. That's what a lot of Israelis did.
Uh-huh.
Like when the Hamas came in on their motorbikes and stuff, a lot of Israelis grabbed their gun and started shooting. Is that a civilian?
Yeah.
According to international law, no.
Uh-huh.
They are a lawful combatant. And so Hamas has the right in a firefight. It's not illegal for them to shoot back at the people shooting at them. Yeah. That's war. I don't like it. Killing bad.
Yeah.
But if you pick up a gun and start shooting at somebody and shooting at an opposing military and they shoot back, they haven't committed a war crime.
Yeah.
Because you have made yourself a agent of the military forces of your country. You have not maintained non-combatant status. You have attained legal combatant status, but you can't claim to be a civilian at that point.
Yeah.
And they're just saying anybody who was like not currently in the IDF is a civilian, even if the context of what they were doing was engaging in a firefight with Hamas fighters.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, of course. The moment you pick up a gun, you sacrifice your
And like I can prove this quite easily, actually. Like I could give you a perfect example of just what I'm talking about. So if you go to like the Haaretz, Israel casualty list or something. Here it is. I found this because I was looking at the pictures, if they ever pop up. Hello, internet? Are we okay? Internet? Okay, here we go. What the fuck?
This website.
Why is this website loading so slow? I can't remember which guy. I just like saw one of these guys and I was like, this guy looks kind of military. Like, are we sure he was a civilian? Like,
kind of military.
I was like, are we sure this guy was? No, I think it was this guy. So I just Googled. And it was like the heroic battle in Kareem Shalom.
Oh, this is on. This is after too.
In heroic battle. And it shows like the wife of this guy who died said that he was fighting Hamas. He's in the civilian list.
Yeah.
That's not a civilian. If you pick up a gun and start shooting at Hamas when they're fighting the IDF, you're not a civilian, man. although most of the kibbutzim in western Negev was woefully unprepared for the mass Hamas attack and paid a heavy price in civilian casualties, there were one kibbutz where the Hamas did not succeed in conquering the kibbutz, did not take captives, did not cause any civilian casualties. The kibbutz is situated at the southwestern tip of Israel, near the border with Gaza and Egypt. So it's almost like it's an imperial outpost, heavily armored and fortified. A few years ago, the kibbutz nearly disbanded due to lack of people willing to live in the parched, arid zone with few employment opportunities. However, a Garin Turani, nucleus of B'nai Torah, I'm not really sure.
So they literally say it's like a civilian force that comes out and they got in a 6-hour gunfight.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Yeah. Well, no, like just search for this guy's name. Oh fuck! I thought I copied it, but I didn't. Ron. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. He's in here. I know he's in here. Okay, there he is. Because they have a different spelling of his name. Moshe Yadi Razel stood in the middle of the circle and began singing. As everyone jumped up and down in unison. Okay, they ate the festive meal.
Yeah.
The wife of Moshe Razel heard heavy shooting, and then Yadiyah shouted, "We eliminated them!"
Yeah.
He talks about how he was killing Hamas! The wife of this civilian casualty was shooting at Hamas. Guys, that's not a civilian.
Yeah, you're shooting at someone.
And I'm not even trying to like say that happened with all these names. I'm not saying that happened. I'm just saying I randomly picked this guy because I was like, this guy looks kind of military to me. Yeah. And it turns out, actually he was in a huge gun battle with Hamas for hours on end.
Wait, I think it says where they were in the last.
A few hours after the fighting started, a terrorist surprised Amichai, Yisrael, and Moshe Yadiyah from behind and murdered both of them. So they got killed in combat.
Yep. Yep. I think in that list it even tells you what these people and this whole community fought is literally what it says up there. They formed a brigade essentially.
Oh, hold on.
6 years ago, kibbutz Spain alike stood in the middle of a circle began. 35 homes became a battlefield.
Told his wife, "This is what we have been training for. The small force deployed around the kibbutz in different places." So, like, this is a civilian? This is a civilian casualty. This is not even including the fact that this is the majority of the posted deaths.
Yeah.
Look at this shit. Yeah, guys. Man. They really went after them. Look at all these casualties. How could Hamas kill these innocent IDF soldiers?
Wait, do you get a service weapon?
I'm not justifying Hamas's attack. I'm just saying that it's very propagandistic right now. We don't know what the fuck's going on. And if just to get Google clicks makes me realize that this civilian casualty was actually killed in pitched battle with Hamas fighters.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, if you're just picking up a gun, like
if you're picking up guns and shooting at the other side,
I think you're a civilian.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, defending myself from an invasion would remove my civilian status? Yes. What? You think you could shoot guns at militaries and be your civilian? Are you okay? Please explain your brain. What do you think civilian means? Help me understand. Just talk me through it. Talk me through it before I lose my mind. I need to hear the logic.
The IDF soldiers posted up everywhere on the Israeli borders except that kibbutz. No, the idea is that I wonder if they get service weapons. I don't know how the IDF functions. If they're given a gun, like in some.
Oh, the IDF. I mean, every military has arms that they issue.
I'm wondering like when you're not.
I think they have. You can get guns. Yeah, in fact, Ben Gvir, which is like one of these fascists,
he was giving them to all the West Bank, right?
He was giving the settlers, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right, Mike. Civilians should just sit there and be shot at.
No, that's not the point.
What are you talking about?
That's not the point. The point is that to resist that force is to not be a civilian anymore. You are now a resistance fighter.
You're a combatant. You're a legal combatant, and when you're a combatant, you get combated.
Yeah. I mean, what? Yeah, either way you die.
I think it's called like levy. It's like levy in mass or something. That's not it. It's not it. This is not it. No, this is not it. Fuck. What is it called? Okay. Civilians bearing arms internet. I already talked about this last week. I already quoted it and found it for you, you fucking idiots. I have to actually like go in the Geneva Conventions now. I need to go on my other screen and look at this while you guys babble to about how that makes sense to anyone with brains. All right, hold on. Oh, here we go. Let's try this search. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay.
Persons taking no active part in a hostile, including members of the armed forces, have laid down their arms in place. That is so it's an actual civilian. They do it.
These are non-combatants, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Says, and the following acts shall remain prohibited at any time, at any place whatsoever, with respect to the above-mentioned person: violence to life in person, in particular murder of all kinds, mutilation, cruel treatment, taking hostages, asking the audience, carrying out of executions, wounded and sick shall be cared for.
Yeah. Okay. You are protected by the convention, who, at a given moment, in any manner whatsoever, find themselves in the case of conflict, occupation, in the hands of the party of the occupying power, which they're not nationals. Okay, hold on. It's like I don't remember which article it is. I don't want to go through every fucking article of the Geneva Conventions, but the point is, you're not a civilian. You still have the protections of the Geneva Convention as a lawful combatant.
Yeah.
But you could still be killed by the opposing sides, and you're not a civilian anymore.
Yeah.
You're a spontaneous militia, which is fine. You're allowed to do that.
Yeah, no one.
It's legal to do that. You're not going to be taken to the Hague and prosecuted. But if the other side shoots you, they're also not going to go to the Hague.
And if they're going to shoot you anyways, you might as well shoot back, right?
Like, well, right. Well, no, I mean, yes, if they're going to shoot if they're war criminals killing civilians who are not resisting, then yes, I think it's probably a better bet to try to fight back. But if they murdered civilians, they're criminals, and they could hopefully be prosecuted one day.
That chatter was like, what are you supposed to do? Lay down? It's like, no, it's just like, if you think you're going to die anyways, you'd probably want to fight back.
Is this a reactionary channel? Are you okay?
Yes, I'm reactionary.
Why do people get so confused by what war means? War is when two sides are using lethal force with one another to overcome each other. There's a bunch of rules and regulations surrounding it, but fundamentally, the use of lethal force to the opposing side's military forces is permissible.
I think I'm a little confused about this and firing back. So we're new here. Yeah, of course. Like, you think about it this way: if someone is invading you, the moment you fight back, you are now part of the counter invasion.
But you can still surrender.
Yeah, you can,
and then be a prisoner of war later. That's fine too.
Yeah, you could surrender later, but think about it. If you think you're going to die anyways, you would pick up the gun anyways, and you would still be you're either a member of the resistance or you're not, and that's it. That's all there is to it. The U.S. seriously. Oh.
Yeah, it's around here. It's around here somewhere.
Was it not 15?
What did it say?
Civilian persons who take no part in hostilities and who, while they reside in the zones, perform no work thing.
Yeah, that's a civilian. Yeah, that's a civilian.
A civilian's person is who takes part in no hostilities and who, while they reside in zones, perform no work of a military character.
Yeah. If you're helping the military
in any way,
you could get killed.
Even if you give them shelter, anything.
Yeah, helping the opposing side makes you a part of this hostilities.
Yeah.
Civilian is a true civilian who's just a guy who lives somewhere.
You're just doing your life.
You're just living your life somewhere.
Yeah.
And then a war happens. You're not supposed to be targeted.
Like the 12-year-olds who get killed in Gaza when Israel.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I don't know why I'm looking at this because it's gonna take me forever, and I need to like, but I want to prove it, even though I've already looked at this on stream. I
don't remember which one it is. I think we looked at
The parties to the conflict shall take necessary measures to ensure that children under 15 who are orphaned or separated from their families as a result of the war are not left to their own resources, and that their maintenance, the exercise of their religion, and their education are facilitated in all circumstances. Their education shall, as far as possible, be trusted persons of similar cultural tradition. In other words, motherfucker, cutting off all of Gaza is a war crime because you're violating Article 24.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hey, it's fine. They're violating many.
Yeah, this is one.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. I think it might be in here. Protected persons. Never mind.
Huh.
Well, this is aliens. This is like just people from other countries.
That just happen to be there.
Yeah. Anyway, that's that. Here, yell at chat for a while, or do you want me to throw on a video?
Oh, you can do whatever. Throw on a video. I mean, we can.
Let me figure out what's going on because it's already noon. Yeah. So give me 1 second. Just yell at chat. See if they have a confusion.
Yeah, what's your confusion?
Do they think they get to shoot at the other side and then they don't get to get shot back?
Yes.
Like it's
just
like,
laid out.
What is that? You got like invisibility.
You're just resisting.
It's fine. Yeah. You can just shoot at the other army.
Chad, they know that you're just resisting and what they're doing is wrong. So
exactly.
Yeah, they know. They're aware. Carter does so many reacts. He's super reactionary. It's also very true. Yeah, law of armed conflict. Because people get emotional about it. Yeah, it sucks. War is only when the West uses violence. Any other violence is terrorism. Bro, it's skin tone. That's what it means. It's purely skin tone. All right? Okay, why is Mike's Chatterino just absolutely fucking busted? Okay, whatever. Oh, there we go. Why are we having this discussion? Don't ask how we got here. I don't know. Wait, Mike's... I'm not kidding. His Chatterino does not update nearly... Which laptop brand is Mike using? I don't know. A Lenovo something? Is that Mike's Blood Boy? I am not Mike's Blood Boy. That acts like warmongers with billions of rockets, guns, and tanks excessive casualties. Give me a break. Carter's not the politics streamer. Why is he here? True, I don't do politics, bro. Why, bro, I legitimately don't know why his Chatterino, you can't see anything. Like, I don't get it. Why does it not show up half the thing? I thought it was Ravonna calling. Marrow Twink, I'm not the blood boy. Help a comrade out, Carter. You're kind of cute. Thanks, dog. Mike Carter's mom is here. Hey, mom, your son is awesome. My mom is not here. And direct support for the resistance movement, such as providing information or non-military supplies, does not constitute taking a direct part in hostilities. Those so engaged are civilians and therefore protected against that. Wait, doesn't it just say exactly the opposite of that? Bro. Oh, Cat's mom. Oh, okay. Hey, man, I hope you're having an amazing day. I am, dog. Is that a cola hat? It is. Carter looks a bit like grown-up Sulio. No. Hi, Carter. This is your mom? Yeah, dog. Carter, can you move that TV down the wall? It's too high. No. Hi, Carter. This is your dad. It's not. No, you're not.
You're not?
No.
It's not your dad?
Did Ray not make it?
I mean, she's on the way, I guess.
Yeah, she'll be on my stream tonight.
I was like trying to be like, listen, the best time to be here is at 10 a.m. Western time because that'll be the most views.
Yeah.
Once we go past like noon, you know, the views are gonna go down. The value is not the same.
I got back too late to wake up that early. I'm gonna be so fucked.
Oh no, you were here when it was decent.
Yeah,
at the beginning you were here when it was decent.
Chat, when I go back to Texas, my sleep schedule's gonna be so fucked.
Really?
Yeah, because you guys are 2 hours behind. I've been going to bed at 4 or 5 a.m. every night, my time. I'm so well. To be
Why?
fair,
What have you been doing?
I've been fucking doing nothing, smoking cigarettes and drinking Modelo's at the blackjack table. Chat, I only lost $100. That's it.
I had some pretty good craps. I was up a lot last night, but then somebody said, "Oh, go to for 420 profit,"
Yeah.
and then it was just straight downhill from there. I was
Dude.
about to walk away, and they're like, "No, go for 420."
I was at a table.
Guess who that was? Guess who told me to go for 420 profit? Casey and Vio. They were like, "Oh, that's a good idea. Go for 420."
That's a Casey Tron moment.
Yeah, yeah.
So I sat down at a blackjack. I was playing with Andre and Will, and Germa was there. And Will is about to leave the table, and he was printing money. Will was doing so good, and he just grabs a whole stack and puts it on and bets like $1,000 on his last hand. Right?
He loses.
No, and he fucking won. And he got so lucky. The dealer had like 6 cards, and he still won. He got
She
like
busted
18.
after 6.
Yeah, after like 6 cards, I was like, "Holy shit!" Yeah, but
Chad, don't start doing that.
don't do this. You
no.
will get it twisted. Trust me.
Like with me gambling, I'm like, "What's the minimum?"
Oh fuck, that's me. I'm
at the minimum bet. Minimum bet.
Well, I watched Nandre literally hit 22 more than anybody in my life because he would get 12 and he would hit every time, or
You're not supposed to hit every time.
every time, bro. He gets 16 and he goes, "It's my giant balls," and he would hit every time.
And it would fail.
Every time, bro. I was like, stop. But then when he won, we would all be fucking mind blown that it worked.
No, it was stupid.
Yeah, it was so
It's a
dumb.
probabilistic curve.
It was so fucking
There's some outcomes from being a moron. Like sometimes when you hit on 19, you win.
Yeah.
That's a stupid fucking move.
It was so dumb. Actually, we played craps for the first time. I never played craps before.
Okay,
It's actually simple.
Did you learn the pass line and
you
the
just-
odds behind?
Yeah, because, well, 7's most common, right?
7's the most common die roll, true.
It's the closest to 50-50 you're going to get in Vegas, right? It's gonna be craps.
So if you play it correctly, I'm quizzing you.
I don't know how to play it correctly.
Okay,
They pass
well,
line,
Jesus Christ.
right?
Well, I'm going to help you. Okay, so the pass line is the baseline. Well, there's 2 bets that are good. Pass line and don't pass line.
Okay.
If you want to bet against the shooter,
Yeah.
if you're a hater,
That's me.
that's honestly one of my favorite part of craps is you could be a hater.
Yeah.
You can look at people and be like, "This is a table of losers," and just come in and say, "I bet against this table."
Yeah.
Everybody else will be miserable when they lose, and you will win.
Yeah.
So it is the ultimate haters game. You can play the don't pass,
That's
don't
what I'm doing
come.
tonight. I'm doing
Don't
it tonight.
pass, don't come.
Tonight-
Make enemies. Make enemies.
Tonight I'm only playing the do not pass.
Oh fuck! It would be so funny if you did that. You were printing money and everybody else lost their shirt.
Do we have to tonight?
Oh, the
Chat,
haters
tonight
parade.
I'm playing
I don't
only
know, man.
the no,
I don't
do
know.
not
That
pass
seems
line.
bad. But anyway, gambling. Get it? Don't do it. I was gonna explain it. I mean, the thing about me is I'm old, so I've done this shit.
Yeah.
10 fucking years ago, I was in your shoes, going, "How do you play craps?"
Yeah.
So there's nothing, no shame.
But now a lot of people don't know how to play Pai Gow, and I love Pai Gow.
I don't really like Pai Gow. I don't really like Baccarat.
I don't like Baccarat. Pai Gow-
Baccarat is like the vibes are 100% always off.
Yeah.
No one is ever having a good time in Baccarat. Ever.
Every time I sit down at the Pai Gow
They're winning, they're not happy. They're losing, they're not happy. It's vibe death. So I hate it. It's just the vibes are the worst. I mean, blackjack is like, can also have diabolical vibes.
Last night the vibes were so good. There was this old lady. She was like, I started with
that's
200 and she had $2,000. And she was just sitting there and she's just chatting. She's like, "My kids would love you guys. What do you guys do?" And Germa's just like talking shit. It was so much fun. It was dude, everybody last night was just having a good time.
Thank you for signing my badge and taking a picture with me. You're welcome. Honestly, you didn't pay me yet for the gift,
I
but
expect
it's okay. It's all right. Losing in gambling is a sign from God. Winning in gambling is a sign from the devil. Romans 11:32.
Mike, let Carter speak. Challenge impossible. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't talk that much when I'm on other people's streams.
Am I interrupting Carter too much? Good. Shut up. I'm kidding.
Chat, you have to understand when I'm on Mike's stream, of course I'm going to let him talk more. It's his stream. That's how it is. I
Listen.
really gamble when I did. It was never more than I would, which was usually 10, $20, so it goes quick. That's one thing about Vegas. There is no poor people slots here.
Well, if you go way off the strip,
Yeah,
if you go to Fremont Street or you go to some other casino, it might not be so bad. Whereas Ray,
Who?
She's only 2.5 hours late. So it is what it is. I found a 30-cent min max lines at MGM Grand.
That's
for what, slots?
That's so expensive.
That's incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
That's incredibly expensive.
When I was playing in Washington and Spokane, it's 10 cents. I played 10-cent slot or 5 cents sometimes.
I know of somewhere there. I want to say I know where it was 20. You could get literally a penny if you just want to play one line.
Yeah.
I've seen that before.
That's what my grandma does.
Yeah, I don't do slots. That. You have to do all the lines.
Yeah, you gotta do all the lines.
Yeah. Yeah.
You tell Carter you're proud of him for waking up early. Does Chad not know that I stream at 7 a.m. every day? I'm on Vegas. There's no need to wake up early.
Okay.
Ravana has abandoned us. The liberal now.
It's fine. I mean, I don't mind. I don't think I have anything super important planned.
No, we're gonna do the bodies thing today.
Did you see Adele explode on stage?
Wait, what? Huh?
Blink. Sleeping in Vegas, wasting valuable time. I don't know about you, but I like my heart.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to use the supplements that you probably use to avoid sleep.
Yeah, I mean, you know what's crazy though? In a casino, I don't ever get tired, but the moment I leave that fucking casino and go outside, I'm dead.
When I'm if I were to go gamble, honest to God, I would just play poker probably. If I wanted to go and sit in a casino for 8 hours, I would probably play poker.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah, I mean, I do like craps, but that's only if I'm with non-gamblers and I need to show them a game that we're having a good time. And everybody should learn how to play craps.
I know I've actually never played poker in Vegas. I played poker other places.
I played a ton of poker in AC.
Yeah.
I played poker in Philly. I played poker in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Hey, they have poker rooms.
Yeah. I don't know where. I know that. I don't know where there's smaller tables to play or lower tables.
There is definitely 1, 2. That's not.
No, I don't think it's crazy, but I just haven't seen any. Usually, almost all of them I've seen have been
There's definitely 1, 2s. You think they're all 2-5 or more?
More, yeah. Most of the ones I saw, but I think there has to be lower ones because one of my mods was playing. He was telling me to come play, but I got busy.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find a 1, 2 no limit hold'em.
Yeah.
MGM,
MGM has 1, 2. That's what it is.
Everybody, I'm sure there's probably 5 places.
Except for the Aria. Bro, the Aria is the most expensive fucking place in Vegas.
Is it? What is expensive?
The Aria is the highest class 1, right?
Is it?
I think so, yeah. Aria's supposed to be
1-3 is the standard now? Okay. I mean, that's what I used to play in Vegas. Or in AC. That was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So, not even.
I tried gambling once, got down bad, never again, lost a few thousand, and sure, lost more than it can always be. I think the win, I was in the win yesterday. The win's not that. Dude, half the win was closed. I was in.
The win's nice. The win's good.
Did Carter win while gambling? I did, and then I lost it. Yeah. But I was up. I've only lost $100, chat.
Golden Nugget has 1-2 uncapped buy-in, and rich idiots will sit with thousands. It's great. That really makes the game more complicated, actually. The deeper that stacks are, and that makes it harder.
Yeah.
Because you need to start having folding ranges with hands that you wouldn't fold, depending on how deep you are. I'm not going to get into it, but if you're playing an uncapped game and you sit down with, say, 200 and somebody has 2,000, you have to be shoving a lot more hands.
Yeah.
Which, that's not fun. No one wants to play coin flips. The Plaza has single zero roulette. Oh, wow. Really?
That's what
What's the min on that?
I played roulette yesterday. I think it's probably 25. I think it's 25 there. I think I was there yesterday. Yeah.
You know how roulette works, right?
Yeah.
You know about the zeros that they're there to fuck you. The more zeros, the more you're getting fucked.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
There's almost.
Good,
I've noticed there's a shitload of triple zeros in Vegas.
I couldn't believe it was real.
Yeah.
I could not believe triple zero was real. Double zero was considered greedy as fuck.
Yeah.
Triple zeros. Triple zero, and it's automated.
And I actually watched it hit twice yesterday, back to back. Zeros.
Horrifying. Horrifying.
I watched it hit back to back yesterday and lost my mind. It was What's the odds on zeros? I wonder what the odds is on.
So it's 1 to 36 if you're just betting 1-0.
Yeah.
You could bet all three.
Yeah.
And I wonder what they would pay. Because you could like put it on the points, the like intersection points you could put. You know how roulette works.
Yeah.
You know how roulette. Triple double as it's a lead at. I know, right? Like that's so greedy, dude. As a Nevadan, just don't gamble. So true. Gambling is bad for you. It's really bad for you. Don't even do it. It's not worth it.
A guy go up to the ATM and he actually left his receipt and he had $10 left in his account and he pulled out he had $40 left and he had pulled out $10 ATM. And we were just like, oh, bro. And he like left the receipt on the machine. And we're like, how, bro? Like, oh, that hurts. That hurts.
Oh yeah, the $10 ATM fee. That was
it's
amazing.
Fucking insane.
Amazing.
Oh my god.
Like they don't build these structures on winners, man.
No, or another thing is when you cash out your ticket, they don't give you exact change, right? It's only cash. You know how much money they're making off people just not taking the change? 70 cents per person or 50 cents per person. 1,000 people an hour. Oh my god, they're just so much. There's
nickel and diamond, baby. Nickel and diamond. Every angle
this
you can get.
This is Ancapistan, all right? It is.
Yeah, I mean, Nevada is definitely the most libertarian state because they have legalized prostitution, legalized gambling. They have like no gun control.
Yep.
It's all the libertarian politics. Although, there's more like there's some sanity. Those are just the
not
social
in Vegas
issues.
though. I feel like in Vegas,
I think Nevada is a purple state.
Yeah,
it's a purple state.
I think Nevada.
So there's some batshit crazy people here as well. It's very weird. It's very weird.
Why don't you play a poker tournament? Look at the Poker Atlas website for a tournament. We're streamers. Not enough time in the world to go.
You want me to play like 12 hours of a poker tournament during TwitchCon?
Yeah, we should have.
Like, how? I mean, if somebody came out here to hang out and do Gamba, I would probably do something. I would find like an $80 tournament. Yeah. We could waste many hours on that.
Yeah.
And not have to like spend hundreds and hundreds, Assuming we don't just lose instantly. Nevada. World Series of Poker. I would do a satellite.
Yeah, my dad would.
I would try to satellite in. Do you guys know what a satellite is?
What, where you do it from remote?
No, it's when you so say there's a World Series of Poker main event, it's $10,000 entry fee. You would play like a satellite tournament where say you put like $50 or $100 and like as many people want to play it, so eventually you see how many like buy-ins there are.
Yeah.
So like the winner gets a buy-in, the second place might get a buy-in depending on how many people there are. And then just like then I would play the World Series of Poker, but I would not drop $10K on an entry fee. No fucking shot. That would be crazy.
My dad was very, very good. Before he went to prison.
Yeah. All right. Well, what else are we? I mean, I think we've killed enough time. I mean, gosh.
Yeah. I mean, it's up to you.
It's gosh.
And we're at the gosh hour at this point.
We're in the gosh hour.
XQCL.
I have been a multimillionaire and good at the game to drop tag. Okay. Even then, I think that's stupid as fuck. Honestly, like you're odd. Like you have to last so long to cash.
Yeah,
it's like crazy. Do you practice? The people I watch practice so much, 12 hours a day, multiple tournaments. You know, one of the things about practicing, and this is true of everything, if you're practicing shit, you're not practicing
You're
at
just
all.
making it worse. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like lifting with bad form. You know, if you just play poker for 12 hours a day, but you suck, and you're
just always gonna suck.
You're not thinking, then it's pointless. You're just sitting at the table.
Mike ghosted. Ray who? True.
Ray who? Am I right?
True.
My God. Okay.